before the marriage, as I said, is like our communication was great. It was going amazing, and then the Jamaican proverbs, "Chippy and see me and come live with me" is not.
Yeah.
It's two different things,
Yeah.
And then I realized that hey, we have a lot to work through where
Yes.
communication is concerned. Before everything, my expectations were high. After we got married and like first 2 months went by, I realized I was like, oh shit.
Our love isn't absent problems, but it sure is absent drama. You deserve this kind of love. Unfiltered Heart Talks with the Dawkins.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel, man. We are excited, we are elated, and we are so happy about everything that has been going on for us, baby. Talk to us. How are you feeling?
I am excited. I'm happy. So much has happened in the last.
A lot has happened.
Yes, a lot has happened in the last couple of months, and we're here to do update,
A life update.
a life update,
A lot has been happening. What can we call it? New life,
new life,
new
location,
settings,
new studio, new everything.
new everything.
Yes,
And I'm feeling amazing. I know you're feeling amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah, you were really happy. And I could just see the glow on you as we made this transition. And it made me happy. So I'm happy. We have been married for 6 months now.
Yes, a
6 months
little
and
over 6 months, in a couple
yeah,
days,
a
a couple
little over
hours.
6 months.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, uh we wanted to take this time out to have a sit down, talk about our relationship, our marriage,
Yes.
how we have been. I know some people might be curious about how our marriage has been for the past 6 months. Yeah, and we just decided to come sit down, share with our supporters
Yes.
what has been going on in our lives. What has been going on for you, babe? How have you been? What has it been like being married to me?
Ooh, it's been a learning curve.
Mm.
Honestly, it's been amazing. I've just seen myself evolve and grow. I look better. I know many people can attest to that. I look better. I feel better. I'm growing moment by moment, and I'm
Mhm.
learning a lot about you. What is it like being married to you? It's a dream come true. In a
There we
nutshell,
go.
it is a dream come true because this was always my desire
Mhm.
from youth. So waking up to you every morning, being able to be with you. Sometimes it just doesn't feel real, especially in the earlier parts of our marriage. It did not feel real, but here we are. I've learned so much from you, and you know, it's a character development stage that I'm in
Yeah.
right now, and I
Yeah.
think it's going to happen right throughout our relationship.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you're happy.
Mm.
And we choose to share these things
Yeah.
because it's not that we are perfect. It's not that we have done everything right. There are so many things that have gone wrong and so many things that could have gone worse.
Yes.
And our last video we spoke about boundaries in marriage, and we talked so much about boundaries that we put in place that were definitely game changers for our marriage, and how those boundaries helped us to develop, to learn more about each other. So we want to share with our supporters with the hopes that they might look at something that we have done, see that they did it wrong. So now that they're sharing it, now that they're talking about it, myself and my spouse, whoever they are, we're going to take the lesson learned and do it better.
Yeah.
So it's always a joy to just come and sit down and talk about relationship, marriage, our struggles, our challenges, because it's unfiltered
Heart
heart
talks,
talks,
yes.
and we got it right there,
Yeah.
UHT guys, so I'm always happy to come and sit down and share with our audience. The truth is, I get to spend time with you.
Yeah.
I get to, talk with you,
Mhm.
and just talk about things that we both enjoy.
Yeah.
Talk about our relationship. And as I ask you, how what has
Yes. What has it been like married to me? I want to know for you. Has it been like for you?
for me, it's a dream come true. And so many people, close friend, well, I would say friend, because
Mm-hmm.
it's really one true real friend, like a brother, can attest to the fact that it's a dream come true. you know it is something that I've always wanted, something that I looked towards when I was younger. As we were going to high school, I wanted to get married to you. And I talk about the fact so many times how we used to sit down around the dinner table and plan our family. We plan the children,
Their names,
names,
everything.
everything. So a lot of times being with you, thinking about it, I'm like, damn, I can't believe this is actually
Yeah.
a reality.
Mm-hmm.
And even as we made this transition and we just went to the store, we were ordering stuff, to set up our studio, our bedroom, everything.
Yeah.
And, just lying in that brand new bed with you, I'm like, damn, you know. And so, despite the fact that it has been 6 months, it still feels new. Every day, I'm reminded of the fact that this is a dream come true,
Yeah.
and it is answered prayer,
Yes.
So I'm truly grateful,
Yes.
and I'm happy.
I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah. I was stressed out, I was losing hair before before we got married. I was so stressed out. I was at my entire yearline. And if any guy, who is crazy about haircut and stuff,
Yeah.
if you watch all the videos that we did, you would realize that I didn't even have a yearline, because I'd lost practically all my yearline, and that was from stress throughout the winter.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've noticed is that from the moment I got married to you, is like nothing else matters but what we have going on.
Mhm.
It just feels like as long as I have you, it's a game changer already
Yes.
for me.
I can,
So
yes. Honestly, I feel the same way. And it's not a feeling because I don't want to use that word lightly. Everybody uses it. It's just a big fluff word.
mhm,
But the evidence is there. Our union has just been a blessing to my life and to my family's life. You know, this is something that we've always desired. This is something that we've always wanted.
mm,
You know, this is something that we've sometimes prayed for because in my mind, I never thought that this would ever happen. I just thought that, this is going to just be one of those situations where it never happens and I desire to have this. But being with you truly shows me that love is beautiful.
mhm,
You know, I've said many times, and I've said before that when we got together, I was looking fine. But us together, your girl look good. You know what I'm saying? It's like
you do look amazing, babe.
I look different.
You look
And it's
amazing.
not just a physique thing.
Mhm.
Mentally, I'm better. Emotionally, I'm better. I'm at peace. You
You,
know?
you know
So,
what's crazy? As we talk about everything,
mhm.
I'm just remembering that one particular comment that we got.
Which one? So many
you
comments.
know,
Which one?
but that one comment
The
that
one that
we
you
got.
don't smile?
No, not even that, because that's like that to me is a weird comment.
Right? Okay. The
But
one
we
the one
we
that you got married because
no, the one we got recently.
oh.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we need to start incorporating comment of the week.
Comment of the
Yeah.
please applaud with me. That
Yeah,
is
we
so smart.
yeah,
We're gonna have to
so
start doing that.
so definitely every time we sit down, we are going to read maybe one, two, or three comments from the last video we posted.
Yeah.
Whoever commented, we'll just pick three random comments from that and we read them out.
Yeah.
And for those who want to ask their questions,
Yeah.
share their thought. If it's a rude comment, I don't care what it is, because my back broad. And
I'm a duck.
yeah, not really bother me. So yeah, bring it on. So yeah, but for those who are serious about, learning and growing with us, and if they want to leave a comment asking a question or something like that, I think it will be a good way to, to really check in with our supporters.
Yes. So we encourage you guys, leave your comment in the comment section below. If you have questions, genuine questions about relationship, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Rude comments, negativity sells, we're not gonna, but yes, definitely go ahead and leave your questions in the comment section below.
Yeah. All right. So I think what we came here for and what our supporters want to know, 6 months, semi-anniversary. What is it called?
Semi-anniversary.
Semi-anniversary, right?
Yes.
So we are celebrating 6 months, few days, of
Couple
being
hours.
together.
Yes.
And it has been amazing. So people want to know, how have we been? We did share.
Yeah, we've been doing good.
We've been doing.
We have our rough patches. We
Of
have our
course.
disagreements because my husband he's that type of person. He is a fact checker and he's
no nonsense.
He's a no nonsense person. So when we go toe to toe, I'm not backing down and he's not backing down. So we can just be like,
Yeah.
But we've just learned how to like communicate.
Yeah.
There are some things that don't need to be said, some things that we just listen to the other person on, and we've just been working through that.
Yeah.
Because no relationship is perfect. And even though somebody may look at our relationship and say, yeah, y'all are doing fine right now because you are still in the 6-month period, which is still somewhat considered the honeymoon phase. I do not believe that we are in the honeymoon phase.
No, and I agree with you, mainly because we have known each other for so long.
Exactly.
So I think the most amazing thing about our marriage is the fact that we have been apart for so long, and then so many things had happened before. So now coming back together, something that we both thought was never a possibility.
Yes.
So I think that's the amazing thing, and that's the kind. If there's a honeymoon phase, that is it for me. The fact that we thought that this would have never been a reality, and now through prayer, it is.
Yeah.
So that really is the honeymoon phase for me. But yeah, as you said, we do not have a perfect marriage.
No.
We have challenges like everybody else. We bump heads sometimes, but I think that we both are reflective practitioners, if I can say it in that way. Right. And I think that has helped us to grow and develop. Communication, of course, is a big part of any relationship. If communication is not well, then everything else can crumble unless two people are willing and determined to both see value within themselves,
and
within each other, and within the relationship, to take the time and the effort needed to work on their communication. Our communication, was it the best? I would say we started off well in terms of how we communicated. Even before we got married, we communicated pretty well. I believe that we had a very good way of communicating with each other. But as the saying say in Jamaica, see me and come live with me, it's two different things.
Yes.
And being with you, being married, going into a few months, I recognized that our communication was not as perfect as I thought it was.
Yes, that's right.
And it was a challenge, but I've learned so much about myself also, where communicating is concerned, because and I've come a far way. There was a time where I would just say anything that comes to my mind
Yeah.
and I wouldn't care. But now I'm a little bit more mindful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as I grow older, I'm a little bit more mindful. And not only that, but whereas in I used to just say things, now I find that sometimes I kind of hold things together just to avoid, creating a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I've recognized with you that by keeping in stuff, I end up being so angry, like I want to explode. So for me, I just have to communicate with you
Yeah.
how I'm feeling.
Same
And
here.
if I
Yeah.
don't communicate that, then it's going to be a built up of anger within me. And just to throw it out there, I remember one morning we were getting ready to go to church.
Mm-hmm. What? Let me hear that story here.
you know, and I don't remember what happened, but something happened and you were so upset. And you raised your voice at me, and I was so angry.
May I try to remember?
You were making breakfast. You were frying up some fried dumplings or some. You were doing salmon and stuff in the kitchen, and we were getting ready to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't remember what exactly happened. But something happened, and you know, I was talking to you, and then and I walked away, and that probably tipped you off, and you came inside the room, and
Oh, that morning.
yeah, and
That
I don't remember
morning.
what you said
We
to me,
just kept
but
on walking away from each other.
yeah,
So
because
so
we
we were so like
yeah,
antsy.
yeah,
So when I said something, I'd walk away. Did a mic drop and you said something and you walked away and it would just tick me off and tick you off. So we were just doing this whole,
yeah. But the thing is, I was so angry, and I knew that if I had spoken, if I had said anything, it would have been bad.
mm-hmm.
I just felt that, and I put my shoes on. I put a pants or a shorts. I don't remember what it was, and I went for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
I was so angry. I was so heated, and I just know that if you say anything right now, it might just be the end of your marriage. So walk away. And I went for a walk.
And that's another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that when we entered into a relationship, like, after the quote unquote honeymoon phase, and
Yeah.
I feel like our honeymoon phase really lasted 2 months. 2 months. I feel like it only lasts 2
I
months.
don't think.
Or even if I don't even think we had a honeymoon phase. We were just
Mhm.
longing to see each other, and we finally got to be
Yeah.
together. So when we started bumping heads more, I found that we were off the same mindset, especially me. This ain't working out. This disagreement is too much. This is done.
Yeah, you used to say that a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, we used to have that mindset about,
Yeah.
okay, this
Yeah,
is done.
and not that
if
you
this not
used to
gonna
say
work
it
out,
was
this is
done.
done.
It was a case where
know?
you used to say, "Hey, if we're not going to talk, if we're not going to communicate, then we just need to
Yeah,
part
we
ways."
need to part ways, because if there's no communication, there's no
Yeah.
relationship. We're just gonna be coexisting and
Right.
not really helping each other, or we're not going to be together. We're not going to be one.
And that used to tip me off the wrong way.
Yes.
When you say that. 'Cause
Yeah.
like I told you from the initial stage that this is a mafia marriage. There's one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
And I think that at every interval in the relationship, we both have to keep each other in check.
Yes.
Because if we if when you're going crazy or you are upset and angry and feel like you want to say some stupid things, and I'm going to sit you down and I'm going to have that conversation, and that's just how it is. But going back to that morning, I just wanted to finish the story.
Okay.
I went for a walk. Well, I went for the walk, and I remember I came back and you said, I just went straight in the shower, started showering. You said, You said my breakfast was there, and I said I'm not hungry. I didn't eat. We went to church, and I sat in church, and I barely spoke. Hey, you know what's crazy about me? If I feel like you disrespect me in any way, I'll hold
A grudge.
malice.
Yeah, you hold
not
a
not
grudge. And
necessarily
then
a grudge,
and the sad thing
but
is
I'll
we're
keep.
both the same way.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
not good.
We are. But
Yeah.
I think one of the positive in our communication is
Mhm.
that in most cases you want to fix things. And it's not that I don't want to fix it. It's just that sometimes I'm hard headed,
Mhm.
and I feel like, yo, and I don't feel like I am the man,
Mhm.
so I feel like, hey, if you feel like you're gonna be able to speak to me a certain way without consequences, then this is what you're going to get. I'm just
Mhm.
not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I always tell you that I will be in the same space with you and not speak to you. And that's just how I am.
Mhm.
But it also helps to allow you to understand who I am as a man, and it helps you to improve upon your communication with me.
Mhm.
But that was just a crazy moment. We were at church. You were so uncomfortable at one point. You wanted to leave.
When? Like, I'm trying to remember. If
It
you're
was
starving,
the
that's
same.
not my problem.
It was
You
the
chose
same.
not to eat breakfast. You're probably
Yeah, I
starving in
didn't
there.
eat. I was so, you know.
Oh gosh.
But I didn't care. I'm saying, yo, burn it all. I don't care about the stomach right now. I was disrespected.
Cut off your nose for spite your fears.
I don't care about the stomach. Die for hunger for all I care. My
Yeah.
wife raised her voice at me, and I'm bugging out.
And I'm upset because you walked away from me. For
Yeah,
what? I don't even know what we were arguing about.
I don't remember either,
I
but it
don't
was
know.
something.
It probably
You know,
was something trivial.
the truth is, we are so similar. Like, we are definitely the same. We are cut from the same cloth.
Same God.
And that's crazy. Like, we are identical in
Yeah.
almost every aspect of life.
Mhm.
And while it has its positive, it
Mhm.
also
Has
has
its
its
negatives.
negative.
Yeah.
Because the negative is that because we are both hot headed, sometimes the simplest thing will create an argument.
Yeah.
You know,
But honestly, I found that especially now, we have there's never a moment where we're both hot-headed and we just continue being hot-headed.
yeah, there's never been.
There's someone that's gonna tap out,
Mhm.
because there's this thing that is done in our relationship. No matter what kind of argument we have, we're still going to you're still going to come to bed and you're going to hug me. And I remember
Definitely.
times when you're vexed with me and I go into bed and I'm hugging you, I'm like
Yeah.
cuddling up under you. So we we find ways,
Mhm.
to, what's that called, that book we were reading or listening to. It's called,
Is it
it's not
the
about the singing, it's a book that talks about staying in the good box.
okay? That's
So repair.
what makes marriage
Yes.
work, right?
Yes.
We yeah, we never stay in
The naughty box or the bad box.
well, that's what it is really.
Yeah.
But we always try to do repairs in our
Yeah.
relationship, always, even if it's not through speaking. And that's one of the, I think that's very important with us. It doesn't matter how upset we are, because we spoke about on the last episode that we did. We spoke about the fact how one night we went to bed being angry,
Oh yeah.
being angry at each other, and none of us slept.
It just
We
never
didn't
works.
sleep. We didn't sleep. So we understand that doesn't work,
It
and it's
doesn't.
not good. We always try to reflect on things and see how they can negatively impact our relationship, and we
Mhm.
always seek to do repairs in our relationship, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part of why we are able to navigate the challenges that we have.
Question.
But,
Sorry, go
but,
ahead.
but 1 minute before you say, and I think one of the biggest thing about our fights
Mhm.
is that it doesn't matter how upset we are. I promise myself that if you come to me, I'm never going to turn you away, and vice
And
versa.
vice versa. Yeah.
And that's a boundary that I have set for myself, where my
Mhm.
relation, not necessarily with you, even though I've shared it with you, But one time you had said to me that sometimes you are afraid that I'm going to turn you away
Mhm.
because I'm upset with you, and I told you that I would never turn you away, and I don't think that I've ever turned you
One
away.
time.
Probably in the earlier
The earlier
stages,
stages,
yeah,
one time. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what's the question? What's the question?
What's the question is, what's one valuable lesson that you have learned about yourself and about me so far in the relationship?
Um.
One valuable lesson that you've learned and
Mhm,
one okay, let me rephrase that. What's one thing you've learned about me,
mhm.
one thing you've learned about yourself, and one valuable lesson you've learned overall throughout the relationship?
One thing valuable I've learned about the relationship, about our relationship, we both love each other. Is that a value?
I don't know.
That
Can I
can be.
answer it and maybe it will help to
Yeah,
coin your
you
answer?
answer and
Okay, what's one thing I've learned about you? You are very structured and you're very orderly.
mm,
Very structured, very orderly. And you're a neat, clean freak, and I love it. Um, One thing that I've learned about myself is that there's so many things that I'm trying to like pick one thing. It's a bad thing, and trying to find out whether to choose a bad thing or a good thing.
mhm,
Um, it's not something that I do right now, but at one point in our relationship, I was quick to just give up as soon as, you know, we weren't on the same page, or I saw that there wasn't any possibility of repair, or it seemed like there was no possibility of repair. I was quick on, okay, let's sever this, let's move, let's do this, let's do that. I'm just quick on, getting things done if things are not working out.
mhm,
Um, Now I'm more let it pass. It's gonna pass. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine as long as there's transparency and honesty. What I've learned, one valuable lesson I've learned in the relationship is from, what you shared with me. You shared with me this whole idea of the concept of defensive listening,
yeah.
defenseless listening.
Defensive listening.
Oh, defensive listening.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot.
You used to.
Yes. I used to do a lot of defensive listening, and I'm sure you've done it from time to time. Um, you don't think so?
I'm sure I have
Yes.
in some ways.
But you taught me that concept. And from I learned the concept, I've been trying to actually actively apply it when we have
Yeah.
conversations. And I find that it has really reduced the amount of conflicts
Mhm.
that we have because it's really valuable. Can you
Yeah.
explain what that is?
Defensive listening. Really, you listen to defend. You don't really listen to understand your partner. You know, you don't really listen to sympathize or empathize or really try to see their point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You just hear what they're saying, and as soon as they say something about you, you just started getting defensive. And that can be a very dangerous thing in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are trying to communicate with your partner
Yeah.
about something that they have done that negatively impacted you, and every time you say something they're going to come back with a rebuttal, then it is just a telltale sign that you're not really listening to me.
Yes.
You don't understand me, and you're not trying to understand, and I don't feel like I'm being heard. And if that continuously happens, then it puts you in a place where you don't even want to communicate things with your partner when they do things to negatively affect you. So it is vital to a relationship that
Mhm.
it's a part of communication, that when you communicate with your partner, you both try to listen and
Mm.
understand.
Yes.
Because it's one thing to listen, but it's another thing to understand what your partner is saying. And even on the last episode, you shared how we had this one challenge, and it's like I had my point of view and I was holding on to it, and you
And I
had
had
yours.
mine. Mhm.
And did I understand you? I understood, but I felt like you weren't understanding me.
And I felt like you
And
were understanding me,
yeah,
but I understood you.
right.
So, and that's the concept that I actually want to
Mhm.
stress. the whole thing about one of the things I remember, we were in the vehicle one day getting the car checked out,
Right.
and it popped into my mind, what we're doing right now is literally holding on to our case and defending our case. It's like going to a courtroom. You're a lawyer on the other end, and I'm the lawyer on the other end, right? And I'm saying my case, I'm spilling my case, and I'm saying my case, and you're saying your case, right? For in this case, we're not against each other, we're for each other. So, in order to maintain some form of equilibrium in the relationship, what we'd have to do is switch folders, switch files, because I'm spilling my case to you. You're spilling your case to me, but I'm not getting it and you're not getting me, right? So if I give you my folder, you take mine, I take yours, and we read through, we can really understand exactly where the other person is coming from. And then, and from that point, we'll be able to move on. I remember sharing, I don't know if I shared the example of the ball the last time. I was watching this video on YouTube where this professor called two students up, and he showed them, one was on one end of the table and the other was on the other end. And he asked the one on his right, what color is this ball? He said, black. And then the other guy on the other end laughed. So the professor asked him, what color is the ball? He's like, it's white. It's obviously white. And he's just like jeering the other guy, like, why would you even say that? It's obviously white. So the professor had them switch places. And when they switched places, the person that was laughing and thinking that the other person was cuckoo understood that, oh, yeah, this is actually black on this side. And it's actually, and the other person who was like, yeah, he's stupid because I'm not even going to fight with him. It's black. When they went on the other side, they're like, oh, it's actually white. Yeah. So that a lot of times that's what needs to happen in relationships. Drop your case, pick up their case, read through it, empathize, sympathize, really understand it. Right. Then you'll be able to hurdle that challenge.
Yeah, and you're so right. Communication is a huge part of a relationship, of a sustainability of a relationship. And 9 times out of 10, communication is stressed when it comes to marriage and relationship. Communication. But people forget that communication is not the in all, end all. There are so many other factors. You talk about compromise. Like even within communication, sometimes you have to learn how to compromise. It's not always about who is right and who is wrong. It's about understanding the issue that you're dealing with and find a solution, finding ways to work through it. Because sometimes nobody is wrong.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Nobody is wrong. And then there are other times when the issue at hand, it's not even worth the time. And that's a challenge that I find with us. Sometimes you're talking to me about sometimes you're talking to me about some things and I'm like, yo, this is not important to me at all. And you are saying it is important to me.
Yes. That's where compromise comes in.
That's where compromise comes in. And I have to say, all right, I'm just going to take a seat, sit down and listen. Do I always get it right? No, I don't. But it's a learning process for me where I have to understand that even though something might be of a trivial matter to me, you find it important. And if it's important, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Another thing that we spoke about throughout our marriage is emotional intelligence, as the world calls it. I call it emotional maturity. It is one thing to find someone who is emotionally intelligent, and that's important. But are you emotionally mature? It's like getting a degree. You have all the knowledge, but can you actually perform the task at hand? Can you do the job that is required? And that's where emotional maturity comes in. And one of the things that I've learned about our marriage, within our relationship, like I told you this one time, like it is not my responsibility to make you happy. And a lot of people is gonna hear that and be like, what? What did he say? It's not his responsibility. No, it's not. It's not my responsibility to make you happy.
Yeah.
And it is not your responsibility to make me happy. I think happiness is internal. It is something that you find within yourself. However, the person you are with can contribute to that happiness. Does it mean then that because I'm with you, I should live my life in a way where everything you do affect who I am, who I become, my mood, my everything?
Mhm.
No, I have to be emotionally mature to understand that I am in control of my emotions.
Yes.
And you have to be the same when you're going through your hard times. You know, as you always tell me, and this is something that I've learned too, as we spoke about that. One of the things that I've learned is that sometimes when you are talking to me, you don't necessarily need a feedback.
Mhm.
You just need a listening ear.
Yes.
And in a lot of cases, it's hard to tell, all right, is this the time when she needs a feedback? Or should I just listen?
Mhm.
You know, and you want to get it right because of course you care about your partner and you want to get it right. But at the same time, you don't want to mess up. So yeah, it can be a little bit tricky, but I had to learn with you that there are some times when you're sharing things with me and you don't necessarily need a response. You just want me to hear you, listen, and understand and say nothing. And that's an easy job.
Yeah, right.
you know? But yeah, that like when it comes to emotional maturity, like that's also key in in marriage for you to understand your partner's emotion, understand your emotion, and be able to navigate your way through it and understand that you are not in control of your partner's emotions. Your
That's true.
partner should be in control of their own emotion. And I think if each person understand that, then when things goes the way that you don't like them to go, the onus is on you how you respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna lash out because of something I did that was stupid? Am I gonna lash out at you because of something that you did that was stupid? Or am I going to be mature enough to just come to the table and let's talk about the challenges or the issues? Or in another case where you are going through your problems. I'm not God. I'm not going to try to fix you. If you're having a really bad day, I'm gonna be the best husband I possibly can. But I can do all of that and you're still sad.
Yeah.
So I have to understand that it's not my responsibility to cheer you up, as awful as it might sound.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that you are in control of your own emotions.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that you are, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be an asshole to you at any point in time while you're going through your hard times. I'm going to be the best husband I can. But I have to understand that the onus is on you, to make sure that emotionally you are well. You can only give to me what you have on the inside. If you're not well, then nothing you give to me will be well. And so, so understanding your emotions, being, which is emotionally intelligent, but also being emotionally mature to have full control of your emotions is also important within marriage.
I agree. Um, Individuality is something that I value in our relationship. Even though we're very similar, we are very much individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get so engrossed in their relationship that they lose themselves, they forget their hobbies, they disconnect from people, loved ones, everything. And that's something that I value about a relationship. And I mentioned it maybe on the past episode and the episode before that. What I value most about a relationship is that not only have I become a better person, but I am still an individual.
Right.
Having lost myself before, I can tell you that a relationship, if you're in a relationship and you are growing, you are still yourself. You are learning about yourself and you're developing daily, and you look better, feel better, and you are a better person. That's the relationship for you. Hands down, it is the relationship for you. And that's the benefit I've been reaping from this relationship.
I
And
love
I
that.
and I and I pray that that is exactly what you're experiencing as
Of
well.
course, of course. I think I have become a far better, individual. Like overall, I've been better. Again, going back to the yearline, that's a testament in and of itself.
Yeah.
My yearline started coming back after we got married.
Yeah.
So being with you has been a joy. And every moment of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it's just amazing. I feel very proud when I look at you. I am happy when I look at you. And it really, really warms my heart. Like, yeah, but that's a lot of,
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of that.
yeah.
Because there there's two things that came to my mind while you were sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing when you find yourself with a partner that your parents approve of, especially as a woman that have both parents in your life. When your father is proud of the man you've married and your mother is pleased with your selection, but especially your dad. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for me. And another thing that I've noticed, I've really thought on, I've heard people say, you know, nobody has ever loved me like you love me. The love that I experience from you is that of, it's like the love that my mother would give. But I've never been able to say that about anybody. And I can say that you love me, not just love me for my body and the joy that we can have together in our marital union. I know that you love me and you're jealous for me and you want the best for me. And that is beautiful. That is only something I've seen from my dad.
Mm.
So to be able to say somebody loves me as much as my dad and even more, I didn't even know that that existed. And you were always very protective of me, but experiencing this level of intimacy and protection and wisdom and all of that is it's beautiful. It's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
To God be the glory.
Yeah.
To God be the glory. But yeah, there's never a day that goes by that, like, there is no doubt in my mind that you love me. That's something I know,
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful part of our relationship. The transparency we have within our marriage is a vital part of the trust that I've learned to develop in you and in our marriage, in our relationship. And I think that is important. And the last episode, I said, if there's two words that I can use to describe our relationship, are the two most important words that I can use to describe our relationship, is transparency and reflective practice.
Mhm.
And as I said, we pride ourselves on being reflective practitioners. And for those who don't know what that means, you know, in every moment, in every aspect of our lives, we are reflecting on our past behaviors and we are looking at ways how we can improve upon those behaviors. And that's something that we both have practiced within our marriage, and it has helped us to grow, to develop, to mature, to become more understanding, and we're still growing. We're not there yet. We're still growing. Um, and we're very transparent. There is no privacy within our marriage. We got married, we became one, and oneness is something that we truly try to portray at every interval in our relationship, and that is key. So it eliminates completely the doubts,
Yeah.
and you know, the transparency, it helps to build trust. The lack of transparency can result in distrust in your partner.
That's right.
And we always, that's a boundary that we set. So you guys should definitely check out our last video
Yeah.
that we did, the boundaries that we set in our marriage and how those became a game changer for us. So you guys should definitely check that video out. And there's not much to talk about. We can talk about the challenges and how we navigated through them, and I think we shared a little bit about that. I think the big part of our challenges that we share is just simple things like miscommunication, misunderstanding, bumping heads every now and again. And it's very important, because one thing that I recognize, because before the marriage, let's talk about before the marriage.
Okay.
Before the marriage, as I said, is like our communication was key. It was great. It was going amazing. So when we got married, that was like an expectation that I had of our marriage, that I always say that, hey, we have very good communication, and I believe that we're going to be fine. And then the Jamaican proverbs, chippy and Simeon can live with me, is not it's two different things,
Yeah.
And then I realized that, hey, we have a lot to work through where communication is concerned. We went through defensive listening and how that negatively impacts our relationship, But before everything, my expectations were high. After we got married, and like first 2 months went by, I realized I was like, oh shit. I was like, and then honestly, like, I saw in ways where the society, it affected you negatively. And finally, one thing that we never practice within our marriage is the long pauses.
What do you mean by the long pause?
Where when we have those disagreements, you're so heated and so angry that you don't want to communicate with your partner, or you feel like you want to tap out, you feel like you want time,
Days
and that time might turn, or you want a week, and so that's very dangerous, and that's how a lot of cheating happen in marriage too. Because people say, you know what, things are I'm not, I need to think about things, and one thing, she gone left, you gone right, and while you go through your problem, Stacy might come and you start tell Stacy your problem, and things start develop from there. Adam or Steve might come and you start share your problem with Steve, and so pauses, are they important? Sometimes you need to tap out. And by tapping out, I mean sometimes you just need to have a moment to think.
Yeah.
But that moment shouldn't turn into
Days,
a
weeks,
day,
months,
3 days, 4 days, or weeks. So we don't practice pauses within our relationship.
Right. I don't like pauses.
I don't like pauses.
I don't like pauses.
Yeah.
I remember the other night we had this little disagreement, and then you're like, wake up. Wake up. We're not going to bed like this. No pauses, like, So
Yeah, we're not
and I
going to
think
bed like this.
that's what really helps to we have a desire to see our relationship thrive. We have a desire to have this, we realize we both want our relationship. It's not that you want it more than I do, or I want it more than you do. We both want this, and we realize the blessing that we are living in. And I know in the heated moments we're not really thinking about that, but in the calm moments, when I think about our past heated moments, I'm like, what is this? We've always desired this. We thought it was nearly impossible, and now we're living a dream. This is important, so us both wanting this and reflecting on that is really what I believe keeps us going, you know. We both want it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think it's both. It's draining on both of us too when we're not talking to each other.
Yes.
You know, it's just like it's
It's
nonsensical, and
heavy.
then sometimes we sometimes even when we're at the gym, it's like
It's
I'm upset, you are upset, and we are barely speaking to each other. It's just what is needed. Like,
yeah, it's
what are we doing next? All right, we're doing we're doing we're doing leg
we're
press,
doing leg press. Okay.
and then I just pick my bag up and start walking. Yeah, people think
This is
that.
nonsense.
Yeah, and people think that marriage is not easy.
It's not.
But is it fun? It's amazing.
Yes.
I personally, I would never want to live alone. I've had my share moments. I've had my moments of loneliness, and I don't enjoy it. Some people, on the other hand, they have their own share of loneliness, and they enjoy being in their own space. I love my space. I love being in my own space, but I
Okay.
want to be in my own space with my own wife.
Yes.
you know so that's just me. I don't want to live my life alone, and trust me, I've worked in places where I see people living by themselves, mostly women, and a lot of those women, I had to really go and give them a helping hand in certain things that they're doing. And some of the situations that they're in, especially when they're sick, it's horrible. There's no kids, there's no family, there's nobody to, it's I don't think that they're enjoying their old lives. So marriage is a beautiful thing,
Yes.
and it can be even more so beautiful if you want it to be that way.
Yes.
Your marriage is what you and your partner make
Make
it out
it,
to be.
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we spoke about in our past video about compatibility and and
Suitability.
suitability, that's important too.
Yeah.
It's very important too. And it's been a beautiful couple of 6 months. I've been growing and I've been glowing. I know some look good because I did see me before and my after. And guess what? I'm not arrived yet.
How
I'm
much?
journeying. What?
What was your weight? Hey,
Ooh.
I'm talking to my wife, so don't tell me I should ask a woman her weight. What was your weight when we just met?
125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your weight now?
145.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great improvement in
Yes.
6 months.
In 6 months. And not only that, we're weight training. We're going to the gym. We're taking care of ourselves. You're taking care of me. I'm taking care of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's only up from here.
Yeah.
When you have a partner that wants to see you at your best and is putting effort into taking care of you, and they value themselves as well, you value yourself, you're taking care of yourself, and you're taking care of them as well, y'all are going to grow. Problems are going to arise. It's normal. It's nothing new under the sun. But when you both desire the relationship, it will work. Definitely will. And when you're suitable too.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
too,
That's
yeah.
key. And I've been well taken care of.
Mhm.
Just a few months ago, was what, 200 pounds,
200?
199, I think.
Yeah.
I was, or 198. I think I was at one point, and we weren't going to the gym. I think we missed gym for what, 2 weeks
2
or
weeks,
3?
yeah.
Yeah,
2
because
weeks.
my
Your
old knee
knee, yeah.
injury, yeah. And I wasn't going to the gym, and I was like 200, almost 200, well, basically 200 pounds. And I was like,
Yeah.
clothes not fitting anymore. And I think one of the best part of this with you is like my body is transforming as where gym is concerned, and it's not fat. It's just that my muscles are getting bigger. Like even these shirts, when I just had these shirts last year, they used to swing on me a little bit. They would only hug when I if they come all the way up here.
Yeah.
But when they came down here, they wouldn't hug. And now they're hugging. So I love it. My neck back I get big.
I remember you were concerned about because of how I eat, that they're gonna lose weight and all this
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah,
not so,
yeah.
not so.
Those healthy meals are. Hey, seriously, them healthy food they put more weight on your body.
We're not eating crap though. We're eating good
Yeah,
whole foods.
yeah,
So
and that's another aspect of our life that we're
we
planning to
want
share.
to
And
share.
guys, we're not sure when, but let me tell you guys something. We have so many funny, chill, relaxing videos that we have done. We want to start a vlog channel.
Yes. All right, guys. So, guys, there's so many fun content that we have in store for you. We want to start a vlog channel, and we know that you all will enjoy it. On this channel, though, our main channel, Unfiltered Heart Talks, we want to get to 500 subscribers. We want to do that organically, though. We don't want just any random person subscribing to our channel to get our numbers up. We want organic followers, subscribers who can contribute to the community, who can grow with us, be on the journey with us. So for the vlog channel coming soon, there's so many fun things that are going to be on there, but that is loading. So
some
and
crazy times.
yes,
Even I love Jamaican vibes and Jamaican, like we have some fun times with our Jamaican family,
Yes.
friends, road trips, you name it.
Yes, and we have some heavy topics coming after this one. This is more of a checking in, a lifestyle, checking in, life update video.
How we're doing,
how we're doing,
how we have been.
how we've been, 6 months being married. How's that going for us? And as you see, we're in our new studio. We love it. I hope you love it too. Hope it's a beautiful view on your end.
I'm struggling with the lighting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any tips? Leave them in the comments.
I'm really struggling. Like our old studio, maybe because it was how we were seated, it was far more easier for me to just get the lighting spot on. But with this one, man, I'm struggling. I don't even know how the quality of this one is going to turn out. But
for those,
we're growing, and people. I mean, everybody. You guys would see. We started with what? Clip-on, some clip-on.
Yeah, we started with some clip-on,
cheap clip-on mics.
Yeah.
To one mic.
To one mic.
To two mics. To from around
round table talk. To two chairs, like so cozier setting.
We are definitely moving up the ladder. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we promise is that if you subscribe to us, we're always going to keep improving, always going to push out the best content that we have. And we are not afraid to share the challenges we have and how we deal with them so that, people can hear those things and learn from them. And that's the kind of community that we want to create, a genuine community, have a genuine space. Yeah. So, guys, subscribe for more. An Unfiltered Heart Talks.
On Unfiltered Heart Talks.
With the Dawkins.
Babe, wait there. Hope we are going to do something fun so far. No.